Hello everybody, I'm RuudDevil, and this is the rematch to the RuudDevil Samwise Jenkins fight. I'm sure you've all seen RuudDevil Ravage. I'm sure you all got blah, 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 words. I'm sure you guys got a huge kick out of me getting my ass kicked. But this is the rematch, and I didn't record this one live because I was entering full try-hard mode. So it's the same. It's me on Holland as Rohan, and Samwise Jenkins as Doldor. And yeah. Peasant spam didn't work, so even though I went with draft again just because the two middle powers are my favorite ones for Rohan, so I always go with draft. But yeah, peasants didn't work, although when I made this farm, I did accidentally switch it from farm production, just out of habit. But yeah, my plan was, forget peasants, we're gonna creep the wargs, we're gonna just spam out yeomen, and we're gonna see how we get on. I'm gonna switch it between my cam and Samwise's cam a lot, just so we can actually hear all the voice lines and everything. So, I don't know, that might be a bit jarring, but that's just what I'm going to do. So Sam, doing the same strat he did last time, rushing the orc jail, has his fount of corruption, because he loves those blighted trappers, or whatever the hell they're called, the weird fungi dudes. And, yeah, I mean, props to Sam. This destroyed me last time. Ravagers, yes, they're 600, but man, they are unstoppable. And obviously when they level up their ability, they can actually heal themselves with each attack. So yeah, they're nasty. And just playing a lot more Age of the Ring with Sam, he's come up with some really good strats. I'm just really impressed with just the way he plays. He's a lot better than me, let's be honest. Anyway, so I've got the barracks, I've got the archery range. You'll notice when you play Rohan, I kind of like spread out my buildings in a weird way, just because each building produces resources, so it actually helps to spread them out like that, so you get the most resources. I wasn't going to make the same mistake and rush the middle warg layer. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to quickly go for this one, because well, I guess in any Biff Me PvP game, you want to get the creep money, because that can essentially get you XP, and it can get you a free battalion, basically. I was also going to expand my farms to the flanks, because Sam seems to just tunnel vision a lot. And, yeah, if I can just keep him concentrated in the middle, then he shouldn't actually attack my flanks. So yeah, I got yeoman archers, got yeoman pikes, and we're just creeping this lovely warg layer. And it seems a bit quiet, and I'll be fine. We can hear the yeomen cheering. It's cool. But yeah, you'll notice that I'm not making the Well, I've only made one windmill. Now windmills would be better because they actually decrease the cost of infantry, but they're 50 resources more. So knowing what was about to hit me, I was just okay. I'm just gonna make the cheapest resource building and just spam out as much as I can. Anyway, Sam's got his Ravagers out. He's done the same thing as he did last time. Which, while I kind of expected him to do that, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, then, yeah. But, yeah, I was kind of, even though I was expecting it, they're still Ravagers. They leveled up, he's got the 100% damage, and look at them just tear through my army. This does decrease their armor, but holy god, with the 100% damage and the fact that this, regains health. Oh no, it regains health against structures, never mind. That's why they were able to solo my fortress, basically. But even with that, managed to hit level 3. And if I decided to retreat there, or if he had put me under pressure with these, if he had got these a bit earlier, then these would have died, and that level 3 probably would have survived. So that was a critical engagement. So yeah. You'll notice that Sam, though, fully committed to the aggro. I didn't actually realize this. It was only from watching the replay last night, just to see if it worked alright. He only has 2 resource structures here, and then obviously this is resource structure, but I mean, my economy was a lot stronger than his, and I think that's why I lasted longer than 7 minutes this time around. Anyway, I got the stables up, because I know ranged is good against Ravagers, but he was making these blighted trappers, and I'm like, you know what, no, there are no free lunches with RuudDevil. You get what you pay for here. So I was going to try and just get some cavalry out quickly, which I don't usually do as a Rohan in Age of the Ring. I like to save up for Snowball, which are expensive, so I don't really go for them early game. But it's like, you know what, we'll get the stables out, and we'll just get the horsemen at the mark. Which, with all these farms, are only 340, so really good value, actually. Anyway, he's terrorizing my poor peasants with Ravagers again as I try to get the war creep here. Where's the other? There's another creep there. Yeah. And look at these absolute beasts. Level 3, just tearing up. They're literally... They have splash damage, I think? Maybe they have splash damage. That or they're just... It's because there's so many and they're just one hit each peasant. Or these aren't even peasants, and yet they're still getting one hit. More Ravagers coming in. Level 3 Blighted Trappers. And it was... I was fearing the worst already at this point. Because I'd lost so many units. I killed maybe 1.5 Ravagers. That's it. Sam is already up to 6 fucking points. And yes, that Ravager did make it back. Oh my goodness. I'm in trouble. But yeah. My units were cheap. So as long as I kept these buildings, I could just maintain the Spammeroonie. And here they come. Which at level 3, they get more armor permanently. Anyway, these are actually good because they knock the Ravagers on their arse. So even if they don't do much damage, more time they spend on their arse is less time them actually hitting you with those giant demon slayers they call axes. So that was really useful. And that's actually another good thing about their ability is that it... Oh no, they do knockback. Okay. But you can see why knockback resistance is important for the units that have it. Because as you can see, you can just essentially CC them with cavalry. If you're just able to trample them. Anyway, I'm on 4 points. Samwise is on. He's on 8. Oh my goodness, he's going to get the summon wolves, I know it. Anyway, the Orc jail's out. He's researching level 3 because I think he wants the Tomb Guard ladder. And he's making his towers. Towers are useful because obviously you can make your builders from them. But, I mean, I don't need to tell you the value of towers. But Dorgledor especially just because you can make your builders from them. Anyway, 220 gold from that. And extra cavalry comes out. Ravager's like, fuck that, those horses were just a figment of our imaginations. There goes the damage, we're gonna... They can actually trample. So I think Samwise knows a lot more about his units than I do. I did not know Ravagers could just walk through and trample like that. They're like walking demolishers, basically. And, I should have just kept my cavalry moving here. But you can see how terrifying these bloody things are, dude. Because they don't die and they just run in the middle of the units and cut everything down. It's like that one Urg Berserker from the Two Towers that like leaps off the fucking siege ladder and just kills about 4 elves in one swing. You remember that guy? That's what a Ravager is to me in this game. Anyway, the wolves come out. They apparently do amazing structure damage too. And he takes down my stables, which is annoying because stables are expensive. And then he commits war crimes, which he didn't actually apologize for the war crimes. He didn't do that, which is annoying. I built the well here for obvious reasons, but bonus utility with Rohan is that they actually improve the resources of your windmills and your farms when you have a well nearby. So, oh, it actually calls it irrigation bonus. Damn it, they even made sense with it. It wasn't just, we're going to put this in for fun. They actually made it make sense. Fucking hell, Age of the Ring. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I built it right here because I wanted to get the resources, but this placement actually turned out to be a really good idea because, well, I mean, it was far away from where a lot of the action was. So it actually didn't go down again. I got a lot of value out of it. Anyway, here come the Tomb Guards. They're just hunting for my cavalry. They cost 800. That's more than Rivendell Spearmen. Do you reckon they're strong? I think they are. Anyway, this is where shit gets interesting. Obviously, he's got tier 2 way before me. Level 3, Fount of Corruption. Entwives are coming out. Now, I learned something... I forget a lot of the special abilities, but this game has imprinted it in my fucking brain. These Entwives, when they die, they drop acorns. If you don't kill the acorn, they literally respawn. That is to be imprinted in each one of your brains. And look at that range. My barracks is under attack. I need my barracks for my spam. I'm building towers here because I'm worried of another Ravager rush. Ravagers with the special ability, with the Carnage, can really just destroy you. So I was building the upgrade. And thankfully, I don't know, the Entwives do a lot of damage here, but my cavalry are actually able to destroy them because at the end of the day, they are just siege. He could have probably switched them to melee, but you can see that his focus is, I must take down that stupid thatched fortress. Anyway, Let's see. Only on 8 points here. I'm really well behind. Tower guards are surrounded, but they do get a damage. No, they get damage or armor? They get armor when one of them dies. And the Ravagers have decided to go luminescent again, so that's terrifying. But even with the losses I'm taking and the damages or the damage I've taken, my economy is through the fucking roof because I've got these farms that are just going to keep spreading to the sides. Making my barracks again. Making my way downtown, walking fast, eating ass. However the fucking song goes, I don't know. But yeah, taking a lot of casualties, but it's not that big a deal because my money's just so... My eco is just so good I can just keep spamming out the troops. Anyway, let's see. Oh yeah, at this point I make Elfhelm. Because I played a game as Rohan earlier against Gotyam. Or with Gotyam, not against. I'm not that insane. And I couldn't remember what he said, but I remember he said Elfhelm was pretty useful. And at level 3 he can actually give your cavalry speed and your infantry armor. So that's a pretty neat buff he gets early on. And then promotion, he can just make your units permanently do more damage. Which I think is 1 unit at a time. Yeah. So anyway, here's the first Acorn. And the second Acorn. Entwives coming out of the fucking ground like daisies, to quote Mushu. And yeah, if you didn't know that, like I didn't, or I just forgotten, that's pretty fucking terrifying. And yeah, you'll see Sam gets a lot of freaking value out of that. Anyway, Elfhelm's still level 1. I put him on hold ground because I think I made him earlier, and I think he almost died earlier. Actually, you probably spotted him in that last Ravager fight. I just noticed him now. Anyway, I got the Erkenbrand the Erkenbrand horn, 50% damage and armor. I'll be honest, I mainly go for it just because the animation looks so beautiful. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's just icing on the cake, really. Anyway, more Ravagers coming in. And it's just a constant stream of Entwives. And here are the other Acorns that I didn't notice. So he's going to get these Entwives again. So I'm just shooting myself in both feet here because I'm not looking at the Acorns. Because one, they're noticeable now. But who's going to be looking for fucking Acorns if you didn't notice that they were in the game? So right now, I'm just trying to keep my head above water. Anyway, tier 3 for Samwise already. He went with Stitches, gets bitches. Honestly, I think if he went for Darkness, he would have just destroyed this entire army. Because Darkness... the weather abilities to me... The weather abilities to me are... I mean, they're the strongest tier 3 in the game. There's no other tier 3 that's as strong as Cloud Break or Darkness. Just the stun... or the heal, and the damage is just so good because they last such a long time. So yeah, I think if he had gone with Darkness with those Ravagers, holy fucking shit. Anyway, not Blackfish is here. I always do his horn, even though you don't get the most benefit out of it. But hey, that speed does come in handy when you're trying to close down stupid Entwives. I think I'd research fire arrows on the fortress. I can't remember if I did or not. Anyway. Did lose a barracks. I don't know where my other one is. Let's have a look at my eco, actually. Eco's actually taking a hit because he's just killing me more and more and more. Is it now when I finally realize there are Acorns? No, I think the reborn Entwives don't drop Acorns. Erkenbrand almost died because I got hooked by Stitches. Thankfully managed to make it. Anyway, let's... Oh, here we go. I pick up Rebuild because I'm wary of my fortress going down again. There's two Entwives with... Oh, no, he's not making another one, so just 2 more Entwives here. But it's just the elite infantry of Dogaldor. I mean, look all... This is where my fortress is. This is my high watermark just here. You can see it in the same screen. He's just going constantly. Anyway, I really wanted to not lose my production... my military buildings, because it's the key to my spam. So I used up my rebuild on the archery range, which on hindsight was a really dumb idea. But hey, I thought I could maybe save it, and no, it goes down anyway. Entwives die, I ignore the Acorns because I'm good at this game. And, I mean, how many Entwives is that? You'd think with all the Entwives I would have a little bit more, or a few more power points, but no. I've got 15 out of, or I've got 16 including this one. That was it, from all the Ravagers and Entwives I've destroyed. Anyway, let's see the fucker that actually hits this dumb thing. I think it was this horseman. So this is actually really good CC. Here I go with the fire arrows. The Entwife was kind enough to actually get close enough to my fortress where it mattered. But yeah, I'm firmly firmly on the back foot here. Remake my archery range. Still haven't got barracks. And yeah, thankfully I didn't lose my heroes. They're still alive. Elfhelm's level 3. Where the hell did Blackfish go? Blackfish, where are you? There he is. And yeah, somehow not dead, despite everything he sent into me. I fucking screamed at my cavalry here for charging into the pikes without me looking, to which Sam just said, "Don't you love it when they do that?" To which I promptly responded, "No, I fucking hate it." I might have been a little on edge because I've still got Entwives. 3 Entwives, mind you. 1, 2, 3. With a 4th on the way. This is the kind of spam I'm having to deal with here. I mean, it is unbelievable. This is... I mean, I have a level 5 Yeoman Archer. That's how much shit I've had to kill. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, that's right. He decided to get Dark Hysteria and Don't Follow the Lights. I think he was very much in a blitzkriegi mood yesterday. Not really sure why. But you can see that with the fact that he hasn't built any resource buildings to the sides. He's just sort of, the middle is my bitch, and we're going to take down your buildings as much as possible. Anyway, the Reborn Ent, fucking running around on fire. The Hornberg giving me a bloody scare, even though I meant to do that. It was just sort of a last-ditch effort. If my fortress is going to go down, I might as well just blow the horn. And, yeah, all hope is now lost. The Entwife goes down, but like that means anything. I'm annoyed. This is just sort of my final gambit. I'm going to just make a run for the second jail, because if I can barely handle 1 jail worth of ravages, I'm not going to handle 2. He's going for my buildings a lot. So this is why my army is still relatively big, because I mean, he just hasn't been focusing them, really. And let's have a look at my power points here. Oh yeah, so it doesn't even matter, because I can't use powers out of Fortress. I attack, this is where I notice the towers, and I'm like, okay, well, I think we'll have to pull back. It's usually at this point that I would give up, but because you know, I'm friends with Sam, it's a friendly game, there's no point giving up, let's just fight to the death. What's he building over here? Oh, a Spire of Sorcery. Oh boy, that causes problems later. Anyway, I try to take down the jail here, get stunned, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting out. But 1700, Rohan economy is good. I'm getting double buff. Apparently the well is reaching this one, which is weird. I didn't think it could do that. Rebuilt my barracks, getting resources. How much does this actually take? Let me have a look here. +5. Well, better than nothing, I suppose. And somehow there was an Entwife in the back of my base. That becomes a common theme if that wasn't apparent. And there's another Entwife. But yeah, it's just... I was staggered at how many units he was making and how many Entwives he was spamming out. I mean, Entwives are 650, sure, not the most expensive thing, but he was making so many! It's crazy. Anyway, I actually have double barracks here. There's another Entwife behind my lines. Why the hell not? And, I mean, Sam is winning this, clearly. Taking out my fortress killed me way more than I've killed him. But he just sort of bought every tier 1 point. It might have been worth to get like another tier 3, like Darkness, or get a tier 4, like Gift of the Necromancer. You just turn all this into whites. I think Stitches goes into Gift of the Necromancer, I'm pretty sure it does. That might have been better than just going for the tier 1 powers, but I think the reason why I did that is that he just wanted to close the game out, just try and finish me off. But I was being stubborn. I was being that stubborn little guy. He just doesn't want to get out the way. And, yeah, let me go back to my eco here. 2,000. Healthy. I got 3 cav. Entwife comes back to life, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Let me see. Elfhelm is level 6. What does he get? Oh yeah, he just buffs everything around him, which is really cool. And then, the only thing that Erkenbrand can really give me at this point is he can buff Westfolders, which I haven't begun making yet. And at level 8, he can start summoning Westfolders. In an attempt to just try and destroy his eco, because he was just spamming me with such expensive units, I send my cavalry up here and then don't really see much. And from the fog of war, we can see he's got 3 resource buildings. Not as many as I thought there would be. So I'm like, fuck it, take out what I can. Getting debuffed, I'm getting debuffed by something over here. But then he summons the walls to just counteract me. And there goes all my cav. That was really, really, really wasted. Maybe my first Westfolders, which are much cheaper than his Ravagers. And obviously get buffed by Erkenbrand, so they're really useful. Man, if I had made a second archer range here, just my spam would be crazy. I wanted to keep up the spam, obviously. But I wanted to get, since I was so close, I wanted to get another fortress. So I was careful to only make units to replenish my current stockpile. Because I wanted to get that fortress out, because I was at 14 points here, and I'm like, okay, if I can get Cloudbreak, I might be able to make a nice counterattack. Poison comes in, the stun comes in. I'm not sure how good that poison is, to be honest. Doesn't do much damage. Does it? I think it does debuff the enemy, though. Oh, they're just slowed, okay. Anyway, more Westfolders coming out. I decided to send both my heroes out to kill that Entwife because I was sick at the sight of them, if I'm honest. There was just so many. Anyway, use both my buffs from Elfhelm. This just makes me immune to arrows, but he didn't have any archers, so yeah. It was the only value I'd get there is from like buildings and towers and shit. And Fortress is down, and it's just amazing that I haven't broken yet. That just spamming all these elite infantry. I mean, the fact that they're just getting stopped by all these Yeoman archers. And, I mean, one good power could take all this out. I was just fortunate that he spent so much on tier 1. Anyway, Entwives blitzkrieging me again. 3 in my base. And then Stitches, which... I don't know, I would have summoned him here, because look at all these juicy archers. He must see the archers. I think he does go for him. Oh god, no, Stitches, have mercy. There goes the bile. Giant hook for a hand. There's Wither. Which doesn't... I don't know, they still seem to be hitting Stitches, so I'm not always sure. Oh, not Wither, what's it called? Dark Hysteria, I'm not... I think they only attack each other when there's no enemies around. That, or the leadership undoes it, or something, but he did it on me there, and it didn't seem to do anything, which was, kind of weird. I'm not really sure if the move just bugged out, or if it's just countered by leadership. I'm not really sure. Anyway, at this point, I'm still alive. I lost one farm there, and I lost an archery range there. But I do have 23 points, and I do have 5,000. I'm still in this game, boys. I'm still in this game. I got Mighty Erkenbrand. Got some Westfolders. Although, I really should have purchased the panic arrows on these dudes. There's the Acorn. I finally noticed it, but I'm pretty sure it comes alive. And look how tanky these things are. It's so annoying. It's really hard to contend with all these Acorns when there's just an army in front of you constantly. Oh yeah, this is an important point. I can't believe I missed this. I decided to flank all the way around with a workshop. And this was just more of a cheese. I'm like, okay, he's going to find me, but he's going to win anyway. Let's just keep going. So I start spamming out the battering rams. In hindsight, I should have waited. But I am, like, or I should have waited to gather all my battering rams. Haven't said that. But, as you can see from the health of the fortress, I've actually been getting lots of value, slowly but surely, from these battering rams. And, for some reason, I think it was just tunnel visioning so hard that I actually take down the fortress with these battering rams. I can't believe I missed this. This was actually a really key point. I built farms all the way along the side here, which is a reason why my economy was so strong. I think this one here was like the 4th battering ram I sent in. And, yeah, I think he was just so preoccupied with trying to finish me off. He, rather than just like collect himself and build up his units, or build up his army, he was just trying to finish me off every single time and just couldn't do it. He did get Crimple, which is really low health. Oh no, I thought I pulled his aggro, but no, that was something else. Anyway, so I've got 1,728 points, and I'm getting my fortress back. And then, if you look at Sam's economy, he is bankrupt. Can't use any of his powers. He has no power anymore. And he's only got, I think including the Fount of Corruption, okay, he's got 3 settlement built. No, that's not even a settlement building. He's got 2 resource structures. So, this cheesy little flank here with this stupid workshop that I was like, he's bound to see it, he's bound to catch me. I even rushed it because I sent one battering ram in ahead of the others. And I figured he was going to just, you know, track down the source of the battering rams. But no, just somehow managed to take down the fortress and then just flip this entire game on its ass. Fortress is back, immediately gets ere the sun rises. Did I not build another archery range? Because I did. Oh no, there. Sorry, another barracks. There it is. So he destroys one barracks, and I just immediately build it back. The Rohan economy and the Rohan spam. I mean, I just couldn't believe I had got myself in this situation. It was really crazy. The workshop does go down. That angry Entwife took it out, and now she's just, you know, kicking down windmills because she hates the Netherlands or something. But yeah, farms all the way up here as well. So I was on the back foot the entire time, but my eco was what kept me going. And because I was having to, you know, fight so many Entwives, if he had sent maybe one Ravager to just harass all my farms, I don't think I could have spared the time to do it. Anyway, I decided to go for a full offensive. Cloudbreak comes in, heals me, stuns them for quite a good amount of time. I still have one battering ram. And I'm just we're gonna ignore the buildings. So we're going to ignore the units and just go for the buildings. But these damn spiders do get in my way. There goes the Horn of Westfold. I got 15 points now. Really racking them up. This was the source of his Entwives, and I'm pretty sure I go for the Founder Corruption because I was so sick of it. Elfhelm, when he gets low, you can just switch him to his bow to keep him safe. Oakenbrand don't give a shit about no Doggle decay, he's just going in there. And there we go. No more Entwives. Finer fuckingly. We've got 3 units able to come back and deal with that Entwive. Just the spam mixed with a few heroes is just so good. And like, peasants are actually really fun to use, particularly with Eowyn. And I'm not just saying that, I actually think Eowyn's really fun to use. And I'll make a separate video on that actually. But just the Yeoman spam seems to be enough. It seems to be really strong. Because they're decent infantry and you can get them so cheap as well. Anyway, I take down this Orc Jail, the other source of all my misery, because this is where all the Ravagers come from. He's forced to just making Orc Jailers now. His economy is tanked. He made the Spider, whatever the fuck it's called. But really, his just eco is gone. I'm on 2300. He's on 72. I mean, he's absolutely gone. So, he's got his Spire of Sorcery. I know what it can do, but I'm thinking, there's no way it can stand up to this. There's no way it can stand up to this Spire. I'm good. And then just watch what happens here. Just watch. Don't like, okay, we're going to flank. And then 1 white becomes 10. 10 whites become 20. 20 whites become 30. 40, 50, 60, 70, it's just my entire army. Watch the command point factor go down. The entire army gets turned into whites because one little tower and one little skeleton killed one dude. And finally, the battering ram is the last thing to go down, and it manages to... Like, this was my beautiful army. This was my army that had just... I mean, if this isn't just a fucking metaphor for the war against Angmar, then I don't know what is. Like, my beautiful army was honor in its prime, and then even though they won, this is the result, just nothing but whites. So, while I was certain I was still going to win at that point, because it was just pretty much one building, I mean, he wasn't going to get much use out of the spider thing without any resource buildings, but, like, the fact that he was just able to have that last laugh and just completely... destroy my army and turn them into whites. I mean, that is the power of Spire of Sorcery. That's why you have to be very careful. I underestimated it there because I had a massive army, and yeah, without that battering ram, it wouldn't have gone down, so that was crazy. Anyway, that was I mean, that's an amazing comeback, if I do say so myself. Like, I lost a fortress, constant Ravager, Entwife spam, and still somehow managed to break it through. But yeah, the sneaky workshop. I mean, who doesn't love a sneaky battering ram flank? It's always fun. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed. I know, I didn't expect to talk that much and talk that fast. I don't know how annoying that was, but this was a pretty awesome match, and there was a lot to, that's the thing with casts. I like to sort of say what I was thinking at the time to give you guys, like, a proper insight. And yeah, I guess I just kind of talked through the whole thing, so I hope that was okay. Anyway, you guys have been great, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.